Hey guys, it's me, Kezia, the world's leading female dating coach for men. Today, I'm going to be looking at meeting and attracting women on Facebook. I get a lot of guys asking me for advice about how they can improve their chances of securing a date with a woman just by starting off talking to her on Facebook. Now, first of all, many of the principles that I explain in great detail in my ebook, which is called Online Dating Success for Men, which can be found on my website www.kezia-noble.com, can be applied when talking to women on Facebook. So my first suggestion for you is to get yourself a copy of that ebook, as it explains how you can alter your profile in order to generate more interest from beautiful women, which photographs are more appealing to women, so which photographs you should upload and which photographs you should avoid, which is something we're going to cover in this video today. And of course also the messages, how you should structure them, what you should say in them in order to increase your chances of getting a positive response from those women that you send them to. Now, there's literally hundreds of tips that I can give you, but today I'm going to give you just 3 which I believe will help get you started. First of all, we need to look at the photograph that you have chosen for your profile page, your main photograph. Women, like men, the first thing that they look at is the photograph that accompanies the message. If the photograph is no good, it's very likely that the message is going to either be ignored or deleted. So what not to do? First of all, don't upload a photograph that's been taken in front of your computer. Now, apart from that really attractive screen glare which is going to be on your face, it also conveys the message to the girl that you are lonely and that you spend way too much time on the computer, surfing the net, looking for hot girls to send messages to. You might not be that guy. You might have just been really lazy and decided that it would be adequate to have a photograph of you with a screen glare on your face. It's not adequate. It conveys you're lonely even if you're not, so please ditch that one. Second, don't put up a picture of your torso, not for a profile picture anyhow. Now, you might have an amazing body, something that you're very proud of, and you can put those pictures up in your albums, but don't put it up as a profile picture, because women automatically assume that the picture is a fake, and especially if you have a nice body, then the girl really assumes it's a fake. And especially those really nice black and white ones that have been done professionally in a studio. Every time I get a message from a guy with a photograph like that, I presume he is not that guy. Automatically, I presume this. And even if the girl does believe you, and it is you, then what she's going to be thinking is that you're a show-off. You see, this is where women and men are different. Women can put up a picture of themselves in a bikini. She doesn't even have to look that hot. And she's in a bikini and she's going to be able to write any message she wants to any guy, and she's probably going to get a positive response from most of them. But women are not the same. Women don't look at a sexy body and say, right, now I have to message this person back. It doesn't work that way. So avoid the temptation to use a photograph of that well looked after body of yours. Thirdly, and this is for profile photographs, remember, this is your main picture. Try and avoid using pictures where your face is blurred out or we can't see your face clearly. For example, I get a lot of guys writing to me on my Facebook and they're doing a really cool sport in their photograph. They are surfing or something like that, but I can't see their face. I can't work it out. So unless your face is very clear for the person to see, I would avoid using those pictures. It looks like you've got something to hide. Yes, you're demonstrating the fact that you love surfing or mountaineering or horse riding or whatever it is, but the fact is that the girl can't see your face. As I said, that is perfectly fine to upload it to any of your albums, but the picture that I suggest you use for a main photograph is a picture where you get to demonstrate how sociable you are and how you have a life. See, one of the things that women really worry about when it comes to meeting a guy online is if he is a really lonely person who just sits in front of his computer all day messaging sexy girls. So this is why it's crucial that you demonstrate the fact that you're not that guy who's just in front of the computer. You do have a life. You're on Facebook occasionally, but you have a real life, you have real friends, and you're a man in demand. There's no point in saying all that. What better way to say it than with a photograph? So find a photograph where you are with your friends, preferably if there are women in that photograph, that's even better, because it does demonstrate pre-selection. So what you do is, when you found your photograph, and if you haven't got one, go out this weekend and have one done. Just make sure there's about 1,000 pictures taken of you that evening, so you have a wide choice to choose from. And then what you should do next is actually crop that picture. Crop that picture so you can just see the arms or just the edges of the people around you. This will still show that you are a guy who is sociable and has lots of friends, and you are a guy who's in demand, without taking the main focus off you. Because a lot of times a guy will upload a picture where he's got all his friends and the girl's just thinking, well, which one is he? So that's a tip that I give all my students for their online dating profiles and their Facebook profile pictures, and they say that they have had so much more of a positive response from girls just by altering their picture. Haven't even got onto the message yet. So the message, don't start off with, hey sexy, no compliments, you look gorgeous, you're so hot, nothing like that. Now that's music to a guy's ears. I mean, if he hears a girl saying that to him, it works. But on women, it does not. You see, there's loads and loads and loads of other guys, they're doing exactly the same thing. They're writing that she's gorgeous, that she's amazing, she's so hot, and that's the first lines that they're using, and you're not being original when you do it. All that's going to happen is she's going to put you into the category of all the other guys who just worship her from afar. Also, don't write generic questions like, hey, how are you? What have you been up to today? What are you having for dinner? What are you up to tomorrow? You'd be surprised at how many guys use just a really dull, generic question, thinking that the girl's really going to go and respond to that one. So what you should do is actually do a little bit of work, have a look at her profile, and find something that she's passionate about or something she's interested in. So just move away from those holiday snaps of her in a bikini for 5 minutes and look up what she's interested in. Try and find out, even through the photos, a little bit more about her. Once you find the observation, you then make an assumption based on that observation, and from that assumption you relate it back to you. Let me explain. Let's say that you find out she likes vampire movies. It's something that I'm not into, but I know that a lot of women from the ages of 18 to about 30 are really massively into this whole Twilight vampire kind of obsession that's going on right now. So why don't you capitalize on that? You make the observation, oh, I see that you're insanely crazy about vampire movies. I see that you are like the world's biggest fan of the Twilight movie, something really exaggerated like that. So then you make an assumption based on the observation. You can make an assumption about her or what she's into. So for instance, you notice she's into these vampire movies. I reckon that you know the whole script to every single one of the movies. Or you could say, I bet you and your friends have like these crazy vampire evenings together where you just sit down and watch all the movies and you get really horny over the main guy in it. No, you don't write that bit. But, you know, you just talk about that guy, that actor who all the girls seem to like. Anyway, it's an assumption like that. You assume what maybe she's doing on a weekend, in this case, because she loves vampire movies. You assume something about her character. You assume something about her obsession. Thirdly, you relate it back to you. You relate it back to you by either giving an opinion, by sharing a story, or by using validation or qualification, as some people call it. So you could say, in this case, I've never seen the movies, I heard that guys really don't like them. So there's a little bit of a challenge there, so it leaves a door open for her to make the move and try and convince you that, no, men really would like this movie also. You could maybe say, I've watched the movie, I hated them, you know, tell me why. You can finish off with a little task, tell me why everyone's crazy about them. You can do anything as long as it's related back to you. You can do this in terms of her holidays. You can pick a genre that she's interested in. I mean, that was a genre, that certain type of movie. You can do a genre on the type of music she likes, her favorite pastime, her favorite hobby, anything you can do this with. But it's literally make the observation, assume, and relate back to you. Now here's why it works. Making the observation shows that you have actually taken the time to find out more about her as a person rather than how good she looks in a tight bikini. Secondly, the assumption. The assumption is a great replacement for a question. A question can be quite invasive. It's a little bit nosy. It's too many questions become an interrogation. And it also feels a little bit like you are invading her space, her privacy, her bubble, her reality. So you replace it with an assumption, and also an assumption can force a response better than a question, actually. Thirdly, relating it back to you. This helps make the conversation a little bit more two-way. A lot of the time, guys will just focus the direction of the conversation all onto the girl. Relating it back to you is very important because it makes the conversation seem a lot more two-way rather than just you interrogating the girl, you trying to invade her personal space. You can add on at the end a little question if you like, but usually the assumption and the part where you relate it back to you is enough to get a response. I have given this out to nearly all my students that are interested in online dating and flirting with girls on Facebook and meeting girls via Facebook. And for all of them, they say that their results have improved dramatically. So check out that online ebook that I told you about at the beginning of this video, Online Dating Success for Men. Again, here's my website, www.kezia-noble.com, and you can find out all about myself, my team of amazing instructors and wing girls, all my live events, boot camps, the 7-day course, my other products, and of course my regularly updated blog. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There's going to be lots more videos coming out very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.